It really stuck with me too because, like it said, this is perfectly talks about what we're talking about. It said, thought I was fucked up with no shoes till I met me a dude with no feet. Austino, we back in the building again. Episode 6 of the Ron and Austino'S podcast. I know you're probably looking at us and thinking like, damn, these brothers wake up and call each other and be like, hey man, what you wearing? What colors you wearing? It's not like that. We just randomly put these joints together, man. I got me some salmon on, a little salmon and black, and my man got a little fuchsia or lavender, whatever you want to call it.
It's called like Phantom something.
Phantom something?
Yeah, I can't even pronounce it, but I'm just trying to bring some different colors now that I live
I thought
in Florida.
about it too, man. I had just bought this shirt not too long ago, and it came in the mail, and I was like, oh shit, it came. Let me go ahead and put it on.
Yeah.
And then that's the only reason why I wore it today. I was like, oh, okay, all right, then cool. Yeah. And we bought the Topo Chico back.
Still got it.
Topo Chico in the building again. You already know.
You're starting to treat yourself, I see.
I mean, I'm trying. I can't keep coming out here. I can't just come out here in a white tee or nothing like that. You know, if I'm coming out here and being on fucking internet, I gotta look decent, you know. Yeah. I can't just be regular slum dumbing it up. So yeah, nah. But we're gonna have a good one today. We got a good one going on for today. We're gonna talk about my fault. We're gonna talk about a little bit of the Israeli-Palestine war, what's going on out there, and just talk about the injustices and everything between just what's going on, you know, and talk about humanity's sake. Like, are we gonna be able to get through this? Because a lot of what's going on is not good as long as we're really just thinking about like being people and the innocent people that are being affected by this. And then we're gonna go into a bunch of stuff, man. So, but with that being said, Austino, man, I know you was big on this. You brought this to me early in the week, man. Yeah. You real passionate about this one.
Yeah. And I'm a novice right now, and I'm doing more research, but
how you feel about it?
It's a very complicated situation. The Middle East.
From what you've been showing me, I see how.
Yes.
So,
even just politics in the Middle East is very complicated. So, so basically, after World War II and after the Holocaust, the UN rewarded Israel, a state for Jewish people to have
a place to call sovereignty.
Yes, a holy land.
Yeah. Jerusalem.
So, what?
It's Jerusalem, right?
Jerusalem or Israel, or you can say that.
Yeah.
After 1940, America had an alliance with Israel. Since 1940 till now, they have given $260 billion in financial aid.
Yeah.
And from what I see now, it's like $3.2 billion that is handed to the Israeli government. The prime minister is Benjamin Netanyahu.
Okay.
So he has spent some time in America and he has gone to college.
Here?
Yes.
Okay.
My issue with the prime minister is he hasn't made any attempts to resolve the issue. He hasn't made any attempts to have negotiations with peace. He has painted this propaganda war like the Palestinian people are the issue.
Yeah. I mean, most of the Palestinian that's being affected is innocent, like women and children, and you know, just innocent people like us, but not like us, but just everyday people.
Yes. And so Hamas is a terrorist organization. I do not support Hamas.
No, of course.
I support the innocent people that are in
but-
between this with Hamas and Israel and the occupation.
Yeah, everyday people, just just the innocent ones that ain't about that life. They out here just living, trying to live without having shit exploding over their heads and stuff.
And I'm going everywhere with it, and I'm still doing my research, and I definitely would like to talk to somebody that is well versed on this. So I'm doing the best I can. So please bear with me.
Yeah.
So if I jump around, just
bear with us,
because I'm just like scraping the surface on hearing both sides. Now Hamas, I mean, like October 7th of 2023, there was an attack.
Yeah.
So there was an attack. It was strategic. They did an act of terrorism. I don't condone what the act they did, but my problem with the prime minister is that there's no discretion on how they're attacking or going after these Hamas terrorist organization. And now the people that are suffering are the innocent Palestinians, the women and the children, which is not fair. And they have been violating Geneva codes, and these are facts, and there's documentation, there's videos of soldiers of assaulting Palestinian people that have nothing to do with Hamas or Israel. They're just trying to survive.
Yeah. And also of them doing other type of acts, where you can't say the R word, but they are doing that and other type of abuse to them.
Unfortunately, I saw an incident where a soldier was putting a mop stick up someone's. Use your imagination. And stuff like that happens. And then you shed light on this when we were talking about $800 is a lot of money. So
on one of the other previous episodes.
So when we were talking about, the Palestinian people, of course some of them were gonna go radical because they have no hope. They don't even have a country. They don't even, Israel controls everything that goes in and out. They do have tunnels that go in Egypt where the terrorist organizations are utilizing.
Exactly, but like you said,
so this is why it's a complicated situation. But if America is going to give money to Israel, we need to have some type of, they need to follow the Geneva Code. And that's what I'm asking for Israel. Now the Hamas thing, yes, I do believe you do need to go after the people that were involved with the October 7th attacks.
Yeah.
But there's no discretion being used. They're just bombing. Gaza doesn't even look like it looks like something out of Armageddon.
Yeah. It do look pretty bad out there. When I hear about that and see about it, because like I said, it's all about the women. It's all about the innocent folks.
Yes.
Innocent women, children, men. And
I don't even want to talk about the innocent people that were killed, because some of those people that were killed during those attacks came from the Holocaust.
Oh, descendants and stuff.
Yes. That actually, so it's very complicated, and I don't want to say like I'm taking. I just want to make that very clear. I am not taking Hamas's side.
No, we're taking side of what's right and what's wrong, and how discretion should be done within the acts of war that's going on. You can go after the bad guys all day. That's what we want.
Yes.
To go after the folk that needs to be going after, but do it the right way.
And I also want internal investigations on these soldiers that are killing people, innocent people. So I get their anger, the Jewish people's anger, but you can't say it's all the Palestinians. That's what I really want to get at, is that it's a complicated situation. Benjamin Netanyahu has committed, from what I've seen, false propaganda. He's had this false propaganda war that is he's losing with the progressive Israelites or the Jewish people. He's losing the young people. So basically, he's on his way out, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that is something to happen in the future. For that to happen with the prime minister of Israel to be taken out, and because maybe somebody else can put in.
And then he's doing a PR campaign after he bombs the city. He goes to the Palestinians' house and does a little PR campaign. So, like, I thought our media was corrupt. Israel's got us beat because they're not telling the truth.
I was about to say they're probably just more one-sided. What I say is what
exactly
goes. They're not going to give nothing else. It's whatever comes out of my mouth as the head dude in charge is what I'm going to say to people. We got everybody else. Oh shit, we media is saying what we can feel.
Yeah,
they ain't got that option.
But at least you should say the truth at the end of the day.
Yeah, they should say it. But hell, they don't even tell us the truth. So it's like one of them slippery slope type things, man.
So Doge, right? This new department that was made up for Elon Musk.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Elon Musk.
The acronym is Department of Government Efficiency. So why isn't there an internal investigation? Since we give money to Israel and support, why isn't there an investigation on Israel, on their internal affairs and how they're running their country?
Because America's caught in it too, and is corrupt in it too. Right? So, and if you run and then who's going to do the investigation?
And there should be an independent. Yeah, there should be an independent investigation.
Yeah, but then that would expose us.
These should be, just like Hamas should be held accountable for their actions. These soldiers that are killing people, these soldiers that are beating people or abusing people, they need to be held accountable, and they need to be punished.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. And if you're going to be our ally, you got to play by the rules, and that's the Geneva Code. And they haven't been playing by the Geneva Code, and neither has Hamas.
See,
so it's just it's hard for you to take a side, and but
because
I'm just trying to speak for once I said the Palestinian people that have nothing to do with this unfortunate thing, and they're refugees at the end of the day.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Like, if we funding you guys, like, hey, and you guys are still doing all this, because that's making us look bad. Like, yo, we out here, these dudes, these is Israel, they out here, murdering, slaughtering men, women, and children that's innocent and stuff like that, and doing it however they want to. And we're just like cool with that, obviously, because we just keep on here, keep taking the money.
Well, but I also noticed that the Congress, they make excuses for Israel too.
Oh yeah. And all that has to go back into what I believe is we are definitely tied into it deep down in a line where we're not supposed to know about what's going on, because how can someone just someone as in us sit back and be cool with what is going on if we're not somehow involved too? You know what I'm saying? And that's I know that could be a little controversial too, but America's corrupt anyway. Yes. So that's why I don't believe anything that my own eyes see, like, this ain't right.
No, it's not.
But with my own eyes, I see that we as in America is being okay with this. Y'all taking our money because obviously Trump and they taking our tax dollars and giving it to them to fund all this.
Yes.
And
And
that's
it's a
where,
blank check.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they can get whatever they want.
I think
with that blank check, like you
it's
said.
either 3.2 billion.
Already.
It's over billions of dollars.
Already.
That is a blank check, and we don't know what Israel. We don't know if they're using it for the propaganda media war that they're making it seem like they're the victims.
But of course,
You know?
and that's where it comes into on for us on our part, because yes, this is what I think, that they are using that obviously to go ahead and push forward.
And Israel's government, I just did some more research. It's not like how we have Congress, where Congress can veto. The prime minister has all the control. So that's why I say he has to go, and he has to be prosecuted for war crimes. And but I know that could be controversial, but that's really how I feel.
It's one of them things now, with us having the most powerful military in the nation, or damn near pretty close. I mean, there's other ones that's pretty close now. But with us having the most powerful military in the nation, and with the prime minister of a guy that we actually back, who's going to go and be like, hey, Mr. Prime Minister, we're going to, us as in your homeboy, I'm your homeboy, I'm going to send you to jail pretty much, or either I'm arrest you for citizen's arrest because I know you're doing some bullshit that you ain't supposed to do, but I'm your homeboy. We ain't gonna do that. and no one else is gonna do that.
It's like, if you notice, like in the interviews,
like
when these Congress people, they interview them, it's like they're talking on eggshells, and then the independent journalists are hitting them with the facts. You know, they're hitting them with the video footage. They're hitting them with the Israel soldiers beating people on camera. And
then they got every excuse in the world for
they could do no wrong. That's my issue with the relationship with Israel, is nobody in our government is holding them accountable. Yes, we do have the friendly protests. So we do, you know, this is why I did want to speak about it, because I don't want people to think I'm like hopping on the bandwagon. Maybe, like, you know, hopefully, God willing, in 3 months, you know, this becomes a popular stance. So I wanted to talk about it early on episode 6, so it doesn't look like, you know, we're just hopping on the bandwagon. So, you know, I'm hoping that there is some hope. And we're gonna have to go.
It's funny because, not funny, but
sad.
Yeah, I like that you do have the hopeful stance, and like you really are truly hopeful that we're gonna do right. But it's one of them things where I'm sitting there looking at it, looking how we run things, looking how we do things, and how secretive we are about telling our people, our Americans and stuff, what's going on with our tax dollars, where our money is going to, what are we using everything to funding, who are we actually backing. And it's like, man,
it's a rabbit hole.
It's like, bro, I don't know if
a rabbit hole.
If we're going to be able to get to that point where it's hope, you know, because even just like what's going on just with us, it's like, man, it's hard to be. It is hard to be hopeful.
Yes.
About what's going on, especially with people, the people that's actually leading this country.
I would love, me personally, I would love to donate like 20% of my plumbing income to the innocent people in Palestine, and know that it goes to the people. And I am going to start doing some research, and what can I do, you know, as an American?
Because I was just about to say, that is literally the only way you can make sure. That is literally the only way you can make sure, is if you figure it out and send it there. Because that's the only way to make sure that your money, because your tax, unfortunately, that would be your money, but your money is being used and allocated for these people that really truly need it.
Well, also the one issue is that when you do, you know, I think there's some type of European organization that donates to Palestinian people for, for the schools and sanitation and everything. But unfortunately, Hamas takes that money. So it's so that's why it's complicated, is because, ends up getting in the terrorist organization. And that's the sad part. So I don't know if America needs to do some type of special operation where they need to have boots on the ground in Gaza, and so that they can regulate the humanitarian efforts.
What needs to happen is, honestly, you need some type of, I'm not saying like CIA, but you need like really the Mission Impossible guys, like
Special forces,
the
like
motherfuckers
Team
that
6.
Yeah, the motherfuckers that really don't have no ties. Like, we don't take orders from the president. We don't take orders from nobody. We take orders from this one person that runs this government. Whatever this, like you said, whatever this Mission Impossible group, the Mission Impossible task, you need them to go in there and handle it, because they ain't worried about what the president say. They don't give a shit about what the president say. They don't give a shit about what prime minister say. They're gonna go over there and fix this shit.
Yeah,
those are the people that
I
we
feel like that's
need.
the best.
And to go, because those are the ones that have no agenda, they have no bias, they have no whatchamacallit. They out there going to help people that need help.
Exactly.
And take down the bad guys that are doing
Hamas.
it to the people.
Take down Hamas.
AKA Hamas. Because...
And teach the people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Rangers do. Army Rangers do, is that they teach the locals how to defend themselves, and they teach them military techniques. So, I mean, that's one solution to the issue.
Yeah.
But no one's even talking about solutions.
Yeah.
It's just, they just keep it black and white, and then it's more complicated than there's more gray areas than it's just like cut and dry.
But maybe this is something.
But why aren't we're having these conversations? Why aren't our higher ups or the people that, dictate how everything is run? And
that goes back to what I was saying a little bit earlier, because they tied in, and they got some shit that we don't know about tied in with what's going on too. They know. That's why I don't trust nothing the government say
I'm about to
me.
I'm about to drop a bombshell.
Drop it. What we about to do? Get in the camera. Make sure they can see. Talk to him, Stino.
You know who Jeffrey Epstein was involved with?
Oh shit! I know.
Israel. And that's a fact. And I'd challenge anybody to prove that I'm wrong when I'm saying that. So, Department of Government Efficiency, can you please investigate that? Elon, instead of putting your corny ass Teslas on the front lawn, we got bigger issues, Mr. Elon. I know everybody wants to worship you, but I know who you are. I know you're Darth Vader. I know you're playing this government like it's some Star Wars game. You haven't done anything for South Africa. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna put that that your dad is a child married his stepdaughter. I'm not gonna put that on you. But there's some things that I haven't seen you once step up for South Africa, not once. And then we shed some light on Elon about the please do something, or the illegals going in the wheel wells because they're so desperate and there's no opportunity for them in South Africa that they're hiding. And then it's sad. I watched that documentary. I almost cried watching it, but I definitely cried inside.
I like it. This is I think what's going on. Just in general, why Elon has so much power. I think there's something going on internally between him and Trump, where there's some type of deal being made. Like, I'm gonna give you this.
Gave him over $200 million to campaign.
I'm giving you this type of ammo. You can head up all my, you head up my stuff and all this other whatnot. And some deal is struck. I don't know what the deal is. Obviously, we're just people speculating. But there is some type of deal, because why? Because like you said, Why? That's the whole point. Why? Why is this South American coming over?
South Africa.
South Africa. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
South African. No ties to America except for fucking obviously just creating shit.
Yes.
He's coming over here and he's now one of the top government officials creating obviously Doge things like that, and he's running it. They're in their new billionaire cabinet. They're in shambles right now.
Yes.
Because of what he's doing.
Yes.
Trump, everybody, they're in fucking shambles. They don't like what's fucking going on. Even the other billionaires, they over there swinging like, oh, well, I made 12 billion. I got 400 billion. No. At the end of the day, we all motherfucking billionaires. Like, it's too many chiefs and too many Indians. It's too many chiefs and not enough Indians that want to play their role. These are all billionaires that have done multiple companies at $1 billion statuses and stuff like that.
And they haven't took one fucking stance on the Israel and Palestine. I haven't heard fucking Jeff Bezos say anything. I haven't heard fucking Nike CEO say anything. I haven't heard any of these fucking billionaires that people want to worship. No one has said anything or made a stance. DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, Mr. We the Best.
Khaled?
No, it's Khalid, but you know, Khaled or whatever, that, you know, it's actually pronounced Khalid.
Pronounced Khalid, yeah.
But Khaled, but yeah. I haven't heard him take one stance on it. He's too busy making TikTok videos talking about his shoe collection. And then my biggest riff with DJ Khaled is like, say something for your people. Not once. Even DJ Vlad has said something about it. Mm-hmm. Yep. And he's called out Drake on it, which I'm gonna have to give DJ Vlad credit for, because at least he brought up the conversation. Yeah, I'm not saying take a side or take that, but at least bring up the conversation and like talk about it. Yeah. And DJ Khaled hasn't done anything about it.
That's because he can't. That's because he can't. He can't open his mouth and say anything. He on some shut up and dribble shit. That's what he's shut up and make
hasn't
music.
Said anything either.
Shut up and make music. That's what the CEOs, the UMG, Universal Music Group, Lucian Grain, man, that's what he's at. Shut up and make music. If I pay you this money, I don't need you to talk. I don't need to hear from you. I don't give a fuck what you do. Just shut up and make me some goddamn music. Make me some damn music. I don't want to hear none of that or about what you do, because they don't give a shit. As if it don't make them money, they don't give a shit. Lucian Grain don't give a fuck. He just wants DJ Khaled. He wants Drake to shut the hell up. Drake, put my 2 albums out a year. Your contract is coming up. I don't know if we're gonna be able to give you that same money that you wanted. But yeah, so with that being said, put my money out, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to recoup my money, because your ass got hit up by damn Kendrick so bad last year and this year. So yeah, put my couple of albums out every year, and we're gonna get my money. DJ Khaled, same. I own you, so go ahead and do what the hell I signed you to do, and shut up about it. I don't want to hear nothing about it.
And
I don't want your personal opinion about none of that.
There's nothing wrong for him to just say, I don't support Hamas.
It's wrong for him.
I want the best for the people that are innocent, and I want people to start talking about this.
It's wrong for him, because if none of these people are talking about it, then Lucian Grain, the UMG guy, he's probably got some type of gag order against him. If none of those artists are talking about it, none of them talk about it, why? Literally, Lucian Grain is...
Who is that? I'm sorry.
He is the CEO of Universal Music Group. So
is he that tall guy?
No. He's a weird old guy. Okay. Old guy, glasses and stuff. But he's probably the UMG Music, Universal Music Group. They pretty much own all the music.
Okay.
And it's pretty much like the biggest music company out that you can get to. That's the one that Drake's going back and forth with. That's the one Drake is going back and forth
So is
suing and stuff.
Interscope part of?
Interscope is under whatchamacallit. Was it Def Jam? I think Def Jam is under them. DJ Khaled, I know for a fact. I just literally Googled that real quick a few minutes ago. He's under them. Drake is under them. People like John Legend under them. It's got like an all-star. You know, if you go to the NBA all-star game, you got the LeBrons, your Kevin Durant's.
Interesting.
All the big wigs. Those are the ones you can't. Yeah, those are whoever you think. Those are the ones that are signed under him, and those are the ones. Crickets.
Nothing.
Because why? I'm just assuming, looking in, maybe Lucian don't want you to say nothing about it. Because maybe he has some type of involvement.
Yeah.
That is why. Yeah, I
Some
mean,
very
and I know this is
very
and I know this
powerful
is probably
Jewish people.
jumping. I know this is probably, and I do believe. Now that you say it, I'm not going to put that out there, but I do believe he is Jewish.
Yeah.
But that
And
again,
for the record, I want people to say there's nothing wrong with being Jewish. Matter of fact, I'm part Jewish. And just to give you
part
educate.
everything.
Yes, right.
He's part everything.
To educate people, it's the only religion that involves ethnicity. There's no such thing as an ethnic Christian or Muslim or anything. It's the only religion that has to do with ethnicity, that has an ethnic background. Does that make sense?
Let's explain a little bit more.
So basically, you can't be ethnically Muslim. You can't be ethnically Christian. You can't be
okay.
ethnically
Yeah.
Buddhist.
Yeah,
you can't be
yeah.
ethnically Hindu.
Yeah.
That's the only religion that involves ethnicity.
Ethnicity. Your ethnicity.
Yes.
Okay, is going to be Jew. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I get what you're saying there.
So,
But yeah, no. So, and
and I have respect for all religions, not Scientology. It's a fake religion.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Oh, but no, going a little bit back to whatchamacallit, I also think that's why, because, and this is jumping just a little bit. We'll get back to it, but it goes back to Diddy. Diddy's under UMG, and he's one of them ones that has been. He's over there doing a lot, saying a lot, obviously doing the crazy stuff, but he had to learn it from somebody, and you know. But yeah, no, that's what I think. These people they filter down because the big man, the big boss, don't want you talking about that. I'm not paying you to talk about this shit. I'm paying you to put out fucking music so that the world can hear it, and that I want you to put out and put my agenda out through this music. You know, I want black women shaking their asses and shit on here so it can look like black women ain't shit. You know,
Dehumanizing.
I want black women. I want black women out here with straight hair, straight wigs on, make them that Eurocentric look. I need that look to dehumanize, to devalue the black women, and I need also for y'all to go ahead and make make it cross over.
And that's the propaganda that Israel is using. They're dehumanizing the Palestinian people.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's some bad apples. I'm not saying everybody in Gaza has, keep their nose clean.
Mm-hmm.
But you're putting these people in a corner in a dangerous spot where they don't have any hope, to where they get recruited by Hamas and they want to do suicide bombings and they want to put the book bag in,
no other choice.
And I don't condone that at all. But I do feel like, is it fair to say Israel embellishes it?
It's
not Israel, the people, the government embellishes some of those attacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. For sure. But like going back to your point though, like you said, when they start recruiting people for Hamas, At that
They're
point,
preying on different people.
I was just about to
When
say,
they're
at that
recruiting on
point,
them.
at that point, it's like these people are out there pretty much without no choice.
It's almost like we need
And it's
some type of
almost-
mediation between Israel and Palestine, and we need to find a way to remove Hamas from Palestine. And I feel like that would be a solution into the right direction, but easier said than done, right?
Yeah, because the thing is, you gotta find people that are not corrupt.
Exactly.
The corruption. That's what's killing. That's literally because everyone knows right from wrong.
Yes.
Everyone knows right from wrong, man. Went back growing up in the hood, growing up in the streets, what was off limits? Women and children.
And old people.
Yeah, and old people. Old people, women and children.
And
Them
people
was
back in the
off
day
limits.
used to respect
And
their elders.
boy, let some little young kid go ahead and do something to a woman or a child. Guess what's gonna happen? That motherfucker's getting his ass whooped or worse.
Yes.
If they ever found out that motherfucker did some shit about that, because the OGs said, nah, I'll get you later. You with your wife, you with your kid. Oh, I got you later. Don't worry. You gonna be alone one day. I ain't gonna do you in front of your wife and your kids or your baby, whatever. Your kids and nothing like that. I ain't gonna do you now. I'll do you when I catch you alone. That's the same thing was going on. OG
Is America.
Exactly. OG is America, and we looking at them doing this shit to damn women and kids. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
But that's because we got tied in. We must be tied in some kind of way. That's the only thing that I can say. We have to be tied in some kind of way because ain't nobody gonna stand there.
Things aren't adding up.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because listen. I was telling him, like, listen, I'm not gonna let nobody talk, let alone it being my wife. I'm not gonna let nobody talk to no woman. It's no woman crazy out in the streets or nothing.
Yeah.
I might not even know you, but if you getting talked to crazy out in the street, nah, I'm gonna have to check that. Yeah, mind your business and stuff like that. Nah, but no, it ain't the same. We gotta protect women, children. We gotta protect them. And innocent people. We gotta protect innocent people. This is where this is going. You see where I'm going? We gotta protect innocent people. And if we as America, we ain't the ones doing it, we the fucking richest, the richest, most powerful nation in the fucking world. And we sitting there looking at this shit, and we just like, all right, I mean, it is what it is. Go ahead and handle your business. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna go ahead and make my money and everything. Let me know when you're done.
And people want to
Then I'll give you
say,
another check.
in the average American say, oh, it doesn't affect me. It really does affect us. All this conflict does affect us at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. And we should be held to a higher standard because we are America.
It affects us some kind of way. I'm not exactly sure how, to be honest, but it do affect us some kind of way because this is what's...
It causes internal
China.
conflicts in America between Jewish people and Muslim people.
Mm-hmm. Because
and Christian people.
And I also think of it because it affects us because everyone else looking in at us, they're looking like, damn, y'all really some assholes. Y'all really some fucked up people, some real fucked up individuals. And obviously it's not us, me, you type people, but the representation that represents us is the fucked up crew. It's the fucked up people. The representation, aka Donald Trump and his billionaire fucking devils and shit like that. They're the ones giving us this bad name, giving us this bad look, making us look like, oh, Americans are a bunch of assholes and fucking bad people, and you can't trust them. They're animals and shit like that. Nah, that ain't There's fucking 400 million of us. Nah, that ain't how we think. That's just that's 30 motherfuckers that up in the high office. That's what they doing. And fucking 20 of them is billionaires. So it's like they got their money, they got their hands in that shit. That ain't me. Shit, no. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help anybody that need help. You know, I'm trying to look out for anybody that need it. You know, it's just sad. It is sad.
It is sad.
It's really sad what's going on.
It's sad when I was watching these documentaries, seeing these kids crying, and it's a different type of cry. It's not like you know when someone's really hurting. It's just sad, and then you're seeing women cry, and it's sad, man, and it makes you know, on a positive note, if anybody here in America is having a bad day, think about the Palestinians and how bad their day is. They have a bad day every day, and you should never think about a bad day. You should think about you had a bad hour. So if you had a bad 2 hours, you should say, I had a bad 2 hours. And if that doesn't work for you, you need to think about people overseas that are really struggling out here, that don't have anything. They don't even have basic rights, or they don't even have a way of educating themselves of getting out of there. At least we have opportunity in America where you can apply yourself, and no matter how old you are, whether you're 38 or you're 32, you can always go back to school, and you have plenty of opportunity here in America, and you need to take advantage of it. So all this feeling sorry for yourself in America, you don't realize how bad it is overseas. You really don't.
Because
we
have, like you said, like he was saying, we have the abilities to be able to
change careers,
go different places. Yeah, like we want to go down, if we want to go somewhere, or take time off of our job or whatever. You know, like you said, go to school, or you know, just hell, walk down the street. You become an entrepreneur. You know, we can do that now. Like he was saying, like Walton was saying, a lot of other places don't have that options. You know, a lot of people, you can't get away with that overseas sometimes.
You need to be grateful. We need to be grateful as Americans.
That's why I thank the Lord every morning when I wake up. Every time. And like Austin said, though, you need to break it down into. I didn't start thinking about that until you pointed that out to me. I always said, yeah, I might have a bad day, but it's not a bad life. That's how.
It's hard to have bad 24 hours in America compared to what those people are going through. Yeah. And not just in Palestine, just third world countries in general.
And then, that's when I was like, you know, maybe when that's how I used to say it. Like, yeah, I had a bad day or something like that, but my life has been good. Yes. That's how I always see. That's how I always say it.
And my life has been good too.
You know. Because I might have, but
and when I was watching these documentaries, like I was feeling selfish when there was points, and you know, I'm gonna be real, where I felt sorry for myself, and you know, when I've been doing my research with this Israel and Palestine, it made me think about self-reflect and psychoanalyze myself and my mentality, and realize like I don't have it. It's not that bad, man. And even if the economy gets bad in America, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
That's how I look. That's how I have to look at it. From here on, that's why I'm so big on, like, honestly, not saying that I don't give a fuck about what happens. At the end of the day, I gotta go out there and get it for my kids, for my 3 kids, for my wife, for my family, for my household. I have to go out there and get it, whether it's some type of way. Whether we have a shitty ass damn next 4 years, or if it's cool sailing, which I doubt. But if it's cool sailing for the next 4 or 3 or 4, whatever, I don't know.
But at least we can control our destiny.
Exactly. That's the part.
The innocent Palestinians, they can't even control anything. Yeah. They're just in between this, and it's just that's the part where it's just like, damn. Like I just said, I can control. I'm going out there and I'm getting it. Yeah. They don't have that option. They don't. They don't even have internet.
They don't have.
They couldn't even do a podcast like we're doing right now.
Yeah,
just for fun. We're just doing this for fun.
Yeah, we got.
At the end of the day,
at the end of the day, we're
trying to elevate our game.
We just trying
and build our community in Central Florida.
Talk to y'all,
but I
because
if I could and go there safe, I would love to go out to Palestine myself and go help them, and just do what I can, whether do some plumbing or you go over there and do some haircuts.
That would literally be the only way you can for sure be 100% sure that.
But we also got to worry about Hamas would try to kidnap us, and it's a different game overseas.
Of course.
So we would have to have security going out there and doing some humanitarian.
The only way for you to know that you're doing something for them, because you can't trust nothing.
Yeah.
You can't trust nothing. You know, you can't trust nothing that we send over there. Hell, the taxes that they take out of me and your check and shit. That shit is going over there, but it's going to Israel.
Yes.
So it's what's crazy is you say you want to do that, but at the end of the day, you still funding Israel but you know, and that's just the part. That's just the fucked up part, because I ain't signed up for this shit. Ain't nobody signed up for that shit. We ain't signed up to fucking with innocent men and women and children and shit. Like, you gonna take money out of my shit, out of his shit, for some shit we ain't signed up for?
No. And that's
this
another
man just said he was willing to give 20%, but you already taking whatever the tax percentage and sending it over to Israel to do the shit that he's trying to help with. Come on now. That's how you know. That's how you know it's bullshit.
And Israel's media, putting false narratives, saying like, I wish I could articulate this better, but even I'm starting to get writer's block. Like, it's just, it leaves me speechless at the end of the day, man. And, the past 2 or 3 days that I have been doing this research, and I've been doing a little here and there, but I've really dove in the last 72 hours.
Yeah.
And it's just sad, man. And
Yeah.
Is it fair to say Ron and Austino are pro-Palestine? Or can we make that stance right now?
Yeah, you can say that.
There we go.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we just pro.
And I wish I had some jokes in this episode, but I feel like it would be tone deaf and bad taste. I had some jokes that I was gonna say about DJ Khaled and French Montana, but I'm gonna save those for a different day.
Yeah.
Because it ain't that type of pod right now.
Yeah, it's not. It's a little bit more on a serious tone. You know? And yeah, it's just a little bit more serious tone and whatnot. And what was about to say?
You know where else they're doing this? In Ireland too. North Ireland technically belongs to England.
Well, I feel like you sent me something like this earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
A little
I don't
kid.
think I got
but
it.
they say Irish people can relate to Palestinians.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, the whatchamacallit
colonialism.
guy. Okay.
That the British, they occupied Gaza. British did, and the British occupied Ireland. And you could go to Dublin Museum right now, and they have skulls where they're saying that English are superior race over the Irish people. Isn't that crazy? White on white crime, bro. That dead serious. But but you could see, like, the Irish have always had that fighting spirit, and they can relate to what's going on in Palestine, and they're almost like a brother in arms, and they don't agree with that stuff, the Irish people. So there's a lot of conversations that we need to have, and this is our first step to it.
But like I said, like I keep saying, we gotta have it with the non-corrupt ones. We gotta have it with the ones that's really not compromised by whatever is going on in the government or whatever. Because me and you talking, all right, we get it. You can't talk to everybody about that. It got to be the right ones that has this same mindset that we do, that are in a higher level and that would be willing to do it. Because like I said, bro, the only people that can fucking do this, can fucking make any type of real difference, is the fucking damn Mission Impossible guys. Like Tom Hanks, I mean not Tom Hanks, but you know Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible, because they the ones that they run off of something totally different, you know. And they have them type of organizations out there that don't listen to the president, don't listen to the fucking whatchamacallit, and they do their own thing. They're the only ones that really can be told like how to do it, because those are the only ones that are, like I said, non-biased. They ain't corrupt. They're not corrupted by the money. They're not corrupted by whatever agenda or whatever they're trying to push onto whoever is supposed to. It's whoever it gets pushed onto. So they really like the only ones, because you can't. Who would this conversation go to up in the government that ain't got their hands tied behind their back or not willing to do. Not willing to fold.
And if we talk
this.
like this, we're conspiracy.
Oh yeah.
So like, but we're talking with logic.
Shit, this one, they like I know this ain't, but hell, they try to take the other page, the other video down yesterday when I was putting some stuff up, and I already know, like, you know, a lot of times they'll. We can't get demonetized because we ain't got no money coming in, so
yeah,
it ain't what the worst they can do, take it down. But anyway, man, just they can, hell, even for us talking like this, we can get
censored,
you know. But at the end of the day, it's like
we're speaking our truth, and we're speaking up for the innocent people.
Before something happens, cool. Maybe somebody can get it to somebody. Maybe somebody can get it to somebody that knows somebody that is not corrupt. And maybe they could really start doing some conversations for us, because our voices ain't big enough yet. Our voices ain't big enough to where we can reach those people that need to hear about this, and that need to and that can possibly take care of the situation.
There's a comedian that can really like break down this whole thing, and I'm gonna actually, this is the first time I'm gonna look it up, the comedian's name, because he can articulate the whole thing going on between Israel and Palestine and the whole Hamas. He can articulate way better than I can. And just give me 1 second, Rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Austino, he's about to do some fact checking.
A few moments later.
All right, we back.
The first time I had to stop an episode because I wanted to make sure I got the name correct.
The boy Austino.
His name's Dave Smith.
Okay. Shout out to Dave Smith, the comedian.
And he sheds light, and he doesn't take any sides. And he he's a true liberal, humanitarian, and
he's a comedian.
Yes, yeah, and he goes on. He's Yeah. I like his work, man, and I gotta give Dave Smith the credit to where, he doesn't mind speaking for what's right. So gotta give Dave Smith credit
for sure. Shout out to Dave Smith. Was he the guy that you sent me earlier?
I might have. Yeah, okay. Where he was going against a Zionist.
Yeah.
So that was the movement that started the Zionist movement.
Started the whole
ethnically
Israeli Palestine.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, it's a very complicated situation. Yeah. And at the end of the day, man, all these innocent people, I'm gonna pray for them, and my promise to the Palestinian innocent people is I will never have a bad day for the rest of my life while I live in this country. So,
you gotta reshift reshift the way you think of bad turmoil times and bad times and stuff like that. But like you said, not everybody gets that chance to be able to live the way that we
And
live.
anybody that listens,
And if you-
watches this episode, just know that
It's gonna be.
it's
all right.
not that bad. It's not that bad. You
It
know,
is okay.
the bad days that we have is not comparable what's going on over there. And not just in Palestine, but just in the world in general.
Yeah.
There's people really hurting out here that don't have any hope and get extorted, and people take advantage of them. And, you know, there's some other stuff that I could talk about in East Africa, but that's another subject for another day.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff that's going on in Libya and East Africa and Somalia and other countries. And, you know, people don't talk about this stuff, man. And I really want people to start having these conversations.
Yeah.
And also with the
it needs to
conversations,
happen.
you'll end up being more grateful for what you have at the very moment of time
Yeah. It reminds me
when you
of
have these conversations.
a couple of days ago when I was. I'm gonna keep it real short, but a couple of days ago when I wasn't. I was having a pretty bad day. I was having a pretty. Not bad day, I guess.
New philosophy.
Yeah, it was
bad
probably
2
like-
hours, 3 hours, 4 hours.
It was longer than 2 or 3.
It was bad 8 hours.
Yeah, it was definitely about a bad maybe 7 or 8. Because as a matter of fact, it was the same day that we filmed the pod. It was the same day that we filmed
one was that?
episode 5.
Oh, episode 5.
But it was one of the owners. He kind of made me. He kind of broke me out of that funk a little bit, and he did make me realize. He was like, "Yo, Ron, it's all good. There's always someone that wish they could be in your spot. Wish they could have the day that
My
you
dad
was
used to say that stuff to me.
He was like, "Yo, there's always somebody that wish they could have the day that you was having," and it instantly made me like think, you know what? You're right. You are right, and he's right. What we talking about? We're right. Like you said, not everybody can wake up in the morning. Not everybody can go ahead and do the things that can do this that we're doing every morning. Not everybody has that right. So with that being said, it's like, be thankful.
Be grateful.
Look at that. Be grateful. You know what I mean?
And my dad used to preach this to me. I remember we were
People
practicing
that would kill
baseball.
to be where we are.
And we used to practice a lot. My brother and I playing baseball. And one day I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be man to man to you. I was being a brat. And my dad comes from nothing. And he threw the bucket of baseballs out of anger, and he said, some of them might have been towards me. So, allegedly.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna sit here and cry abuse. But
No.
the thing that stuck with me on that day was, Austin, there's kids in Mexico digging through trash, wish they could be in your spot. And I've always, since I was 8 years old, always thought about that day. So, I wanna give a shout out to my father for instilling that philosophy. And, we really need to be grateful, and there is, and that's a border town, a country with us. So right now, as we speak, that was 30 years ago. Even today, there is kids in Mexico digging through trash for food.
Yeah. That reminds me of another, here we go, another Joe Budden
Yeah.
bar.
You gotta get on the show after this.
I'm telling you, Joe needs to, man. But nah, man, it was a line he said, and it really stuck with me too, because like he said, this is perfectly talks about what we're talking about. It said, I thought I was fucked up with no shoes till I met me a dude with no feet. Think about it. So with that being said, hey, it's episode 6.
Yes, I mean,
Episode 6. Hey, thank y'all for listening. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
y'all.
And
remember,
hey,
have a blessed day, rest of the night.
and we're gonna pray for the innocent Palestinian people that have nothing to do with
Praying
this
for
government.
all the people that have nothing to do with what's going on with this. All right, Austino. Yes, sir.
All right.